Hey, what's up? It's been a few weeks. Uh wasn't intentional, just life happens. You get busy, and when you're working a 9 to 5 and doing side gigs like Shipt and DoorDash, and life gets in the way. You just you're going around a what's that? A hamster wheel, and it's just like never ending. Whoa. Oops. Maybe I'll leave that in there. But anyway, I kind of wanted to give an update on one of my earlier videos about the veterans organization. That video was titled "Will this veteran and his wife get evicted?" Stay tuned. So, if you stayed tuned, here it is. Finally, um, I was able to finally get face to face with somebody. It took a minute, and if you don't know, my wife and I were homeless for a couple of years, and not literally like on the streets or living in our car homeless. We went back and forth with my mom and dad and her dad, and then we ended up staying with a friend. And a veterans organization, SSVF, was able to get us into where we're at now. Uh, in January, my case manager and her supervisor ended up getting fired, uh, and it took a while to get me a new case manager. I had kept having to call the organization that organization was out of, and finally, I just went to one of the locations and basically said, "Hey, I'm a client of this program. I don't know who my case manager is." So I was able to get in front of somebody and really found out how kind of disorganized things were. My case manager that I had before never even uploaded my intake to the system. So they didn't have any information on me. They found my name, and they could see that our rent was getting paid, but they didn't really know how. And they had me coming out of an organization that I didn't even have any contact with. Cuz how it works was I ended up going through the VA in Detroit, and then they directed me and got me connected with the organization SSVF. And so they set up a meeting and basically redid my intake, but they were able to backdate it to November 1st when they got us into this apartment. So I do have a case manager now, and they are working on getting things straightened out. However, because of rent being late, because of things being disorganized, and also because we didn't really understand at the time of signing the lease, we didn't really understand what we were responsible for. Some things on our end got behind. Things happened with our insurance agency that was handling our renter's insurance. That's a long story. I kind of really don't even want to get into that. But we ended up having to go with a different insurance agency, and we racked up late fees because of that. Because if you don't have renter's insurance, the complex here charges you a certain amount for insurance, but it just covers their stuff, the four walls, the unit, and everything, but it doesn't cover our stuff. So we got another insurance agency and got that set up. So we're good on that end. But because of things being behind with other stuff, long story short, we have a court date for the 14th of April. Hopefully we don't have to go, but if we do, I think they'll give us an extension. It's going to be the first time we've ever been in front of a judge. And the organization, I don't know if they'll be able to be there with us on our behalf, but I did ask them to print something out or type something up on an official letterhead saying that they are going to pay the rent, they are going to pay the late fees and all that, and everything's going to be taken care of. Hopefully the judge will see that and be like, okay, they're gonna get this taken care of. So that's the update for that. Uh, on the other news front, as far as we're concerned, I'm not driving the Equinox right now because the last time I drove it, I was on the way to work and I got a notification saying your engine has been put into low power mode. I think it's due to the muffler partially being detached. It's being, like I said in another video, it's being hung up by coat hangers. So I'm thinking that because of that, for whatever reason, it's put the engine in low power mode. Now, I'm getting a ride to work from a coworker. We have our other car. I'm still doing shipped and everything. Uh, I'm gonna be honest about this video. I'm not expecting it to do well. This is just practice for me. I'm still gonna put it out there. Getting back in the swing of putting out videos because, like I said, it's been a few weeks. Um, Bear with me. I'm a newbie. Uh, I really hope that my personality starts to shine through because I do have moments where I have energy. I do have moments where I don't sound boring. I say things that my wife laughs at because it just, the way it comes out, it just, with everything that goes on in life and dealing with depression, anxiety, feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. I mean, the world we live in today, it's just like everybody's in a constant rat race. Uh, I don't know if you watch Jack Morgan, but I've been watching his stuff. There's people out there, dude. People out there want to give up. People out there don't know what to do. People out there living the RV life or motorhome life. I mean, honestly, there's some of these motorhomes out there though is like cost as much as a house. Uh, that's just a lifestyle option. But if I mean, there's a people out there living an RV life that or van life. You know, if you can get a van retrofitted and you know, it's funny. Back in the '90s on SNL, Chris Farley as Matt Foley said, "Do you want to end up living in a van down by the river?" Well, nowadays people are like, "Yeah, I actually kind of do at this point," but it's just things are too expensive. You know, you go to the store and you get 10 to 15 items and it's almost $100. And it doesn't have to be like expensive items either. It can be your like normal run of the mill stuff and it's like you're paying out the wazoo for it, man. Um so just trying to live life, trying to get by and hoping that we don't get told by the judge that we have to leave. I don't think that'll happen. I really don't. Um, and my new case manager told me, she's like, yeah, the rent checks are gonna start being put out in a manner that's gonna we're gonna make sure that it gets there in the time that it's supposed to be due. Because the process with this organization, and it could take a few weeks for the check to go through processing and be mailed to the complex. You know, federal government organizations, that's how it is. That's why I am trying so hard to get things off the ground. The 9 to 5 and the shipped is only going to do so much. We're trying to get better at budgeting. Uh, we've been eating out less. We've been eating here more. Even if it's just things that we heat up in the oven. It's not like cooking. And you're not making a home cooked meal, but you're getting stuff at the store to make here. It's going to reduce your food costs from going out to eat. Um, I started off doing ship today. I had to come back. My wife had an appointment, But when she gets back, I'm going back out. I've only been able to do one order, and I made 21 something off of it. So hopefully, what I want to start doing, like I retitled my channel James's Journey. This whole channel is about a journey, and it's financial journey, health journey, fitness journey, mental health journey. So I don't know what my videos are going to look like. Part of me kind of wants to treat it as a diary. A diary. Dude's doing a diary. Dear diary. I'm just kidding. Oh man. I picture a big scruffy biker dude with a big full beard like, Dear diary. I'm an idiot. But hey, you know what? If I make you laugh for a second, it's worth it. Anyway, that's the update for now. That's where we're at. And and if you can't tell, I'm sitting on a couch. It's a double-seater love seat recliner, if that's even a thing. I don't know what to call it. But we got it for free. Picked it up from some dude's house off of Facebook Marketplace. So, one step at a time. It's a journey, and like I've said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and I feel like I got 5,000 miles to go. So, that's it for now. See you in the next one.